everyone, my name is Brittany and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to be reading a very famous mystery thriller.
It's Brittany, bitch.
That mystery thriller is Who is Ma Dixon? And this is one of those books that people say not to read the synopsis. So I have not reread the synopsis. All I know is that we are following Florence, who works, I think, as like an editorial assistant or something. And then she somehow gets the opportunity to work for the famous Ma Dixon. And Ma Dixon is the anonymous author of a very famous book. And so she gets the opportunity to come work for Ma Dixon and find out what's really going on there. I don't really know much else than that. That's all I know. I'm just kind of going into this pretty blank. Kalinka wanted to say hi. I have to film. Yep, you see that camera right there? Okay, I'll hold you and I'll hold the book with the other arm. For this book, I really don't know what I'm expecting. I have no idea what I'm getting into because I refuse to read the synopsis because I've heard that you get spoiled with it. I read it a long time ago and then I completely forgot what it said. So I have no idea what I'm getting into. Don't know what it's going to be about. Oh, it's sad. It's a book. So I'm assuming something happens with this author and the anonymity and something's going on and I have no idea. So I'm gonna go into the completely blind. I'll probably be starting this the next couple of days. And yes, I did wear this shirt to match for the thumbnail. So anywho, when I finally get into this, I'm planning on starting it the day my brother has to go to the airport and he'll be leaving. So I will have all day to read the audiobook, which I should be getting in the next couple of days here. So when I get the audiobook, I should be able to read it all day and I should be able to get into it. And that's my plan. So we'll see how that works out.
Hello, good morning. It is, it's actually 4:49 a.m. That's not even a joke. But I just dropped my brother off at the airport. He's going back to go see our family. And I had to drive him there. And then I was like, I don't start work till 7 and I can't log on early because that's not how my job now works. Like I have to be available at the time in my email signature to my client. So I can't log on any earlier than 7. So I decided I thought it'd be a good idea to go to the gym. So I'm going to try to attempt to go to the gym this morning instead of after work. I'm already up. I'm not gonna be able to go back to sleep when I get home. And then also my Starbucks isn't open until 5. So I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna get a Starbucks and then I'm gonna go home and take a shower and then start my day. And that's my idea. And while I'm doing that, I'm starting a new book, which I hopefully just told you about. And that's my plan for the day. And you know what, surprisingly, my gym opened less than 20 minutes ago, literally. And the fucking parking lot is packed. Like, this gym is always so busy. I'm not gonna lie, that's my only thing I don't like about this gym, and that a lot of people complain about online too for this, especially for this location. It is so fucking busy all the time. I was really hoping that there'd be like nobody here so I could finally use some fucking machines that I wanted to, but it's still a little bit less busy than usual. I would say by like 20 cars, so maybe that means something. So anyways, I'm gonna go in this bitch and go ahead and do that. It is raining, it is 37 degrees, and the last thing I want to do is go work out. And you know what? How are there this many people at 4:50 now in the morning? I don't understand like how that's part of someone's normal schedule. I just feel like that's a little early for me. But anyway, I'm gonna go do that and then I will chat with you guys eventually.
So I got back from the gym and you know what? It was a little less busy than usual, but it was still pretty busy for that time of morning, to be quite honest. But the best part about this morning was that episode 3 of Star Wars was in the movie room, which is what I was expecting today. But when I first got there, it was Snow White and the Huntsman from yesterday. So I like waited 30 minutes and then I went in the movie room and they were showing it. So I got to watch 30 minutes of that movie, which I really enjoyed. So I got to start my day off right with some Hayden Christensen. And I just got back from Starbucks and got myself a grande shaken espresso. So I will be taking a shower very shortly and then continue on with my day. And also it is now snowing. So it's taken a lovely turn of events this morning. So for lunch, I thought it'd be really fun to make my usual ramen that sometimes I have for lunchtime. It's just really easy for me to whip up. I decided to crisp up some pork belly that I got from Trader Joe's. I didn't realize it was already fully cooked, or else I definitely would have cooked it a little bit less. But this is basically like the Kylie Jenner ramen recipe, but mine is better. And then I add in my little scallions, and that's gonna be my lunch today. So it's after work now, and I wanted to fill you in. I have not read anything on this because I was expecting to get the audiobook yesterday. And for some reason that didn't happen. Go that way. And I don't really know why, but I'm mad. I'm fucking pissed. The audiobook is like 9 hours and I was planning on listening to the whole freaking thing like today. Like I wanted to finish this book in one day. Like that was my fucking goal. And I'm like mad because the fucking audiobook, I didn't get it till an hour ago. And now I'm not gonna do it. I'm tired. It's not happening. And so anyway, I guess this is going through tomorrow, but the problem is tomorrow I have twice as many meetings and they're twice as long. So I just don't really know I'm gonna be able to like do that, but I'm sure as fuck gonna try. But I'm gonna let you know I'm very mad. I'm upset. I'm not happy. This isn't happy. Anyway, but let me fill you in. I forgot to tell you, by the way. So since I had to wake up at 3:45 a.m. my time, that was just so early this morning. And when I went into the gym, I forgot to lock my fucking car. That is a big no-no anywhere, but especially where I live, it is very not okay to do that. So that is exactly why I have a very strict sleep schedule and I don't deviate from that because if I get less sleep, I forget very big, important things. I will probably pick this up again tomorrow and finally get into it because I'm only like 2 or 3 chapters in. And also I have to mention this bitch already cheated with a married man. I don't like her. I don't know if we're supposed to like our main character, Florence. And I'm not happy with that. So I'll fill you guys in tomorrow. It's the next day and I have not gone any farther into the book whatsoever. I didn't go to the gym this morning because it was fucking snowing. So I just went to the gym and now I'm gonna go pick up my Target order and then go home. Usually going to the gym helps me with my anxiety, but today they're playing Taken and that movie is very triggering. So I'm not feeling any better. Also, I had a terrible night last night. I didn't sleep well and I'm exhausted. And then I found out that my windshield cracked again. And this time it wasn't from a rock. It was from a stress crack. So they're going to replace it for free. But like I have to like call again and reschedule. It's just really annoying. So anyway, it's been a really interesting couple of days. But everyone was just really nice to me in the gym. So maybe that's a plus. I'm gonna go home and make dinner because I'm fucking starving. And maybe I'll listen to a little bit of the book then. And then I'm just going to try to relax. It has just been one of those weeks. So I'm gonna be off work really shortly, but I had to fill you in. I just got to the 70% mark on this audiobook and I literally fucking screeched. I turned on my audiobook and I said, what the fuck? There was like the craziest plot twist. I knew something was sus. I knew something was sus. Something was up, okay? But like, wow. This book just punched me in the fucking throat. It did such a great job of it. I had no idea it was coming. I literally had to like shut my blinds a little bit and talk to you guys because I cannot hold this in. I will definitely finish this bad bitch today. It's going really well. I'm really enjoying it. I can't really tell you much past this point, but basically we're following Florence and she somehow gets this job as Maud Dixon's assistant. And obviously Florence is like fucking thrilled and she can't wait to like emulate this person. And in my opinion, they're both pieces of trash, but it's kind of fun to read about pieces of trash. So we're following Florence as she's assisting Maud in like her research and like Maud likes to only write down the stories. So of course Florence has to type them out. And then all of a sudden Maud is like, hey, I need to take you to Morocco so I can do some research on my book. And of course Florence is like, duh. And then in Morocco, like shit gets fucking crazy. It gets crazy. Past like the 50% mark, like literally I was like glued to this damn book. And like I've been going through this book so fast, like I can't even help myself. It is just so enjoyable to listen to the audiobook. And then I've also like read a couple chapters. Like I just really enjoy this author's writing, number one. But number two, I think this is just a really good thriller. I'm not sure when I read it yet. I have no idea how it's gonna end. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm definitely gonna finish this bad bitch today. It's gonna happen. I put it in the universe. So anywho, that is my 70% update. So I'm really sorry to update you earlier this morning, but also in the morning, I just get a lot of work done and I just kind of like listen to my audiobooks and do whatever I need to do as quickly as I can. So didn't really have all the time to talk to you. But now it's the end of my day. I'll be finishing up here shortly and then I'll be able to get to this. Maybe when I make dinner, I'm not really sure I'm gonna listen to it. Maybe I want to fold some laundry. I actually need to finish this bitch. That's all I know. I need to finish it and it's gonna happen. So it's 5 o'clock. And guess who finished this book? I basically read it in a day because I got to obviously the 30% mark last night and then finished the last 70% today. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. It was a really easy audiobook and honestly, I really enjoyed this. This is probably one of the best thrillers I've read in a while. Like I really enjoyed this and it was like the perfect mixture of certain things I needed. I mean, I obviously had a few problems with it, which I'll tell you about in just a minute, but overall, like I loved the story. It was so interesting. It really kind of kept me on my toes. Like I definitely was like like very sus of certain things, and I was right, but I loved that I was right. And parts of it were not predictable, and I really enjoyed that. This was just such a fun time. Like if you're looking for like a really fun audiobook or book to read like really quickly, like this is definitely one of those books. It was so much fun. Like I loved almost every minute of this, except for like the verse, I would say like 30 to 40% is a little bit slow. Stick with it. I think that it was definitely a little bit slower than I would like, but it also kind of gave us like some character background into how shitty Florence is as a person. Well, anyway, let me sum this up a little bit because I feel like I've done kind of a poor job of explaining this book because I don't want you to read the synopsis, because if you read like the last paragraph of the synopsis on Goodreads or like in the book, you're gonna ruin yourself for like some big plot twists. And I really don't know why they haven't like taken it off at least of like Goodreads, because it totally ruins some good aspects that are surprises. So our main character is Florence, and honestly, in my opinion, she's kind of a piece of shit. She has sex with her boss's boss, who is married, okay? And then this fucking bitch goes back to her apartment and eats her roommate's yogurt. Not okay. I think she's just kind of a really unlikable character. Like those are some of my least favorite things in people. She doesn't really happen to have a really great moral compass, but you know, I think she makes an interesting character for the story. Basically, she loses her job because of something that happens, and then she somehow gets offered this job to work as the assistant to Ma Dixon, who is a very famous author who wrote a book called Mississippi Foxtrot, which was just very compelling. And so the fact that she was asked to be her assistant, so incredible, and she obviously takes the opportunity. And she meets the real Ma Dixon. And she really admires this individual for sure and would like to be more like them and is trying to like emulate them. But Ma Dixon is not really also a good person in my opinion. And from more like the 40 to 50% mark, we get thrown into this wild ass story. They ended up going to Monaco to do some research for Ma Dixon's next book, and girl, it was nuts as fuck. And as you saw in my last clip at the 70% mark, something really fucking crazy happened, and I literally like I was shook, absolutely shook. And then I had to go into a fucking meeting, and it was awful because I want to talk to you guys so bad, but I had to fucking wait. It was crazy. And you know what? Some parts of this ending were just fucking nuts, and I love them. Okay, but let's talk about some things I didn't like. Obviously, it was way too slow in the beginning. It was kind of almost a little bit annoying because it felt more like a contemporary or something, and I kind of questioned whether it was even a thriller, so I literally had to look it up again to make sure I was reading like the right book, because I was a little bit confused. There's a lot of like extra little bits in the beginning too I didn't really feel like we needed. I don't really feel like certain characters like Lucy really helped her like character development. It didn't really like do anything for the story. It was just kind of like put in there. Also, while they're in Morocco, there's a bunch of like unnecessary characters that were not needed. Again, I just feel like they didn't even do anything really for the plot. So like, why were they there? Tell me. Also, Ma Dixon was supposed to be 32 in this book. They did not read 32. They read more like a 62-year-old. So that's just something to keep in mind. I feel like they had a very old and mature voice, and it just really was off-putting that they were 32. I could have even believed like 52. You know what I mean? Like, give me an extra 20 years, maybe. But 32? I have friends that are older than that, and they do not act like this. They do not have that kind of a voice. So that one's a no from me, and I did not like that at all. But if I basically just pictured them older the whole time, and that's the only reason I was able to like kind of deal with it, because it just didn't really seem like something a 32-year-old would do. Also, the ending was a little bit too unbelievable at some parts. I will have my spoiler in my Goodreads review, and then obviously you can click on the spoiler if you want to read it, but I'm not going to spoil that for you. I just felt like it was very unbelievable, like this one part. They should have done it differently. Like in my opinion, the author could have written that a little bit differently, and I put my opinion in my like spoiler, because I just feel like the way it was ended was a little unbelievable, and I didn't really like that, and I feel like there was just a slightly different way we could have done it that I would have been like, okay, that makes sense. But otherwise, this novel was so much fun. It was really good, and finally I finished it 2 days after I initially wanted to finish it, but it's okay because I really enjoyed this. I would highly recommend it. I think it's just such a like unique thriller. Like I haven't read one like this like maybe ever or in like a really long time, and it's definitely gonna stick with me. I just don't know what I'm gonna rate it yet. I don't know if it's gonna get like a 4.25 or like a 4.5. Like it's not the 5-star read I was expecting. Like if there were a couple things that were changed, this could have been the 5-star. Like if those things I mentioned were fixed, definitely a 5-star. But with what the book we have now, I feel like I could do it like a 4.5 star and then round it down to 4-star. I don't really know. I haven't decided yet. But it's definitely gonna get like a 4-star rating. Like this was super, super good. And honestly, I've only ever given like one thriller ever a 5-star. And maybe I was wrong. So a 4-star is one of the highest ratings I've ever given a thriller. And this was her debut, so I would definitely be picking up anything else she writes because I really enjoyed this. I really like the way she wrote. It was such a great audiobook, by the way. The narrator was amazing. So honestly, this was great. This is a great time. And I know this reading vlog was a fucking mess, but at least I got to read a good ass book. Anyway, if you're still here, I am so sorry I had to deal with this giant mess of a vlog. I feel like I say that a lot, but like this one actually was like such a mess. Like I really was wanting to finish it 2 full days ago, and then it just didn't happen until today. And it's also been a terrible week for me. Like it's been such a busy work week, and especially with my brother not being here, there's a lot of like extra household duties that fall to my responsibility, which just makes my days even longer. It's been a time. So anywho, peace out. I'll talk to you guys eventually.